Hey guys, welcome to Candle Coven. My name is Taylor, and today I am going over my surprise South of Sanity box. He sent this to me because of some little mix-up, not a big deal. He left out my tomato scarecrow wax melt in my last haul. No big deal whatsoever, but Virgil is the nicest dude and great businessman that he just offered to send a whole ass candle because of it. And I felt uncomfortable accepting that without at least making a purchase or paying for shipping or something. And he just sends it anyway. Just super freaking nice and generous. And yeah, he doesn't like leaving loose ties, I guess. So he wanted to make sure it was right, which is just, yeah, so generous. So thank you, Virgil. I can't wait to see what is in here. I just literally opened it up with my knife. And a cute paper. Very cute. And he always uses this thermal layering, which is a nice touch. I don't think I've ever seen any other brand do that. Three wax melts and a candle. Gosh. I don't know how to actually give back to Virgil for being this kind. I don't know how. Blueberry pumpkin muffin. How beautiful is that art, though? It's like watercolors. That's beautiful. And I have his website open. I have everything open just in case so I can review this quickly. Blueberry pumpkin muffin. This page. A wonderful autumn season scent with scent notes of ripe blueberries, pumpkin puree, and fresh baked muffin. Spooky scale is a 0 out of 10. These are always hard to get out for the first time. That smells so good. Oh my god. I can tell you right now, that's my favorite blueberry gourmand I've ever smelled. Or my favorite blueberry, period. That reminds me so much of the blueberry that's in Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. It reminds me of that so much. I feel like Tracy said that too, if I'm not mistaken. That is just so, oh my god. It's just juicy, perfect, amazing, really, really realistic and jammy and delish, but then it has this earthy tone to it. I can't describe it adequately. It just has this, it has a darkness to it. It's so good. It smells completely edible though, but it has something dark about it. I don't know if there's a hint of clove, but there's something. But this just smells like the most delicious blueberry muffin, but way better than any that I've smelled. I usually stay away from buying stuff like this just because I feel like it's not going to be very different from vendor to vendor, but that's the best one I've ever smelled, for sure. That's the best blueberry I've smelled, period. That just smells insane. That blueberry's so good. And I just get a bunch of brown sugar and just deliciousness. It smells like a fresh baked muffin. God, that is so good. Mapley. I feel like there's maple syrup drizzled over this. Dude, that's so good. I don't pick up on a lot of pumpkin. But I said maybe clove. There seems like there's a hint of spice. But I love it like this. I wouldn't oh my god. That is so good. That's so good. And these are 2.5 ounces, by the way. And they go for $6.50. That is delicious. And oh god. Pumpkin fire. I smelled this in a sample in my last order, and it was amazing. Yes. Pumpkin fire. This is on the last page, I remember. And there it is. And a wonderfully dark and spooky blend with scent notes of pumpkin, smoky, sweet wood, and oud. It's nearing Halloween. You pick out a perfect pumpkin and savor the scent of the pumpkin guts. Here we go. As you carve it. Now imagine filling it with spices and throwing it in a fireplace. My gosh. 6.5 out of 10. That is so much better than the sample. I mean, I'm sure it's the same exact thing, but like, wow. That really allows me to smell so much more complexities here. Holy shit. That is amazing. There's like something really unique about the wood note here, dude. It's a really sweet wood. And it does say... Did it say something about sweet wood, right? Yeah, smoky sweet wood. It does have a sweetness to it. That is so good. But it's not like sweetness from like pumpkin. It's just the wood smells sweet. It almost smells like damp sweet wood. It reminds me of like wood from a house or something. Rather than like fresh cut wood. It's not really dusty smelling. I don't get like sawdusty smell when you're like cutting the wood. Oh god, dude. The smoke is perfect. It's light. It's not as smoky as his other scents. That is so good. What a beautiful wood blend. That is gorgeous. I've never smelled anything like that. See, the little sample, you can't smell it that well because it's very small. But that is so much better than I even thought. I thought his was kind of like a better take on Pumpkin Bonfire. This is actually really different than that scent. This is just like the most beautiful, woodsy. And then there's a bit of like a creamy pumpkin. But I really like my nose really narrows in on the like that sweet wood. That is a really unique wood note. That is stunning. I'm really hoping that I can actually like save up and actually buy like all of his candles. Tomato Scarecrow. I can't wait to smell this. This is what started it all. I have this open already. A very unique but wonderful pairing of scent notes. Earth, tomato vine, hay, and pepper. Not for the faint of heart. I smell that already. It really smells like a scarecrow tomato monster. Imagine a tormented tomato plant started growing into a scarecrow on an old farm, twisting and turning its vines into the hay and straw nobody noticed for years. But over time, its thirst began to grow. Jeez, 8 out of 10. Whoa. That does have something monstrous about it. That actually does, because it is, like, intense. That is an extremely intense tomato vine. What a beautiful blend. I love this. I would love to get, like, 100 of these. That's just, like... It's really rare that I can find like spring and summer scents that I like love, that I like to use every day, that somehow fit the season but are like they fit me too. This is one of those because this is unique and interesting and somewhat monstrous, but it is like this bright springy thing really. I mean, it's extremely gardeny. Damn. That is unbelievably intense tomato vine. It smells a little bit like lemony. I'm getting some dirt here. Jesus, that's good. That is, I would change nothing about this blend. The earthy, like, dirtiness is just in the background. It's not a ton, but it's just perfectly balanced. The tomato vine is Insanity. I pick up on, like, grassy, strawy, like, hay. And pepper. I get a ton of pepper. And I know my nose, when I smell tomato vine, I actually kind of think of green pepper when I smell it. It's like a really intense version of like cutting like fresh peppers. But like this smells like extremely like green peppery to me, and it's awesome. I don't know if he actually put like an oil that smells like that in there, but that's so cool. That is just intense, like tomatoes, peppers, fresh. Tomato vine, not tomatoes, but whoa. That is the most intense tomato scent I've ever smelled. The most intense garden scent I've ever smelled. That is crazy. Yeah, I can see like the monster part, because it's just like mayhem. That is amazing. Yeah, I was missing out on that one because that is ridiculous. And then he sends a whole candle. Like, I feel guilty accepting this, to be honest. What is this one gonna be? Oh gosh. I don't know if he went, like, picked randomly or what he thinks I like the most, or if he went off of my video. But in my haul, I mentioned that my second choice after Dead Night video, which I already purchased, I mentioned that Haunted House would have been my second pick, and I was obsessed with the wax melt. I am obsessed with that wax melt. It is unbelievable smelling. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Look how beautiful the blue is. That is stunning. 2 wicks. I cannot wait to light this. Let me pull this up real quick. And the scent notes to Haunted House are, it's like an old rain-soaked wooden haunted house that has its own graveyard, with scent notes of smoked cedar, damp earth, moss, oud, musk, and gravestones. And this is an 8 out of 10. It's a 10 for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what is my favorite from what I've smelled from him. This could be. It's just so insane to me. Like, I've never smelled wood notes like this. Like, there's something about the wood here that resembles the wood that's in Abduction, and then something sweet about it that resembles the pumpkin fire one. But they're just all so ridiculously authentic. Like, I've never smelled wood oils that smell that authentic. And just unique. They're freaking gorgeous. And it actually does have like a hint of smokiness here. There's like a hint of char. But it's crazy how much this smells like a derelict house. It really does. And I was just living in one. I was living in a condemned home for the last 1.5 years, actually, which was a really crappy experience. But it really, like, this is how it smelled when we moved in. And that's how it smells now that we've left. When I brought my candles in, it started smelling better, but it literally, it smells like rotting floors. Falling apart, moist, moldy wood. But it has this beautiful, like, there's several different things. It has that moist, like, mold spores kind of smell. But then it has, like, a dried, crumbling, sawdusty smell, too. Oh my god, it's so good. It's just crazy how authentic that is. It smells like stagnant air. I can literally feel that. I can feel that, like, the AC hasn't been on in freaking decades. And it's just so stagnant and thick. And all you can smell is just that old, falling apart wood. And there's a hint of char here for sure. And I feel like I even pick up on, like, cement. Which I can't for the life of me begin to even, like, explain that. But it just is. Like, this is such a magical scent. I can't, the authenticity is just, it's just insane to me. This is insane to me. And I was so annoyed with myself for not buying this last time. I was really annoyed because I love this so much. I was pissed at myself for not buying this. So thank you so much, Virgil. Yeah, like, you don't understand how much I love this. And how much I appreciate your generosity. Seriously. It was not necessary at all. But I am extremely grateful for it. Thank you so much. I hope that I can repay you somehow by being a loyal customer. And I will shout you out whichever way I can. And I hope that I can somehow bring you more money, more business, and friendship. But thank you, Virgil, again. And I want to say thank you to everyone, really. It's hard to narrow down, but just the day that I got Virgil's package was really cool. I was having a really bad week, and I came home to the package, and that was just, like, really, you know, life brightening. That was awesome. And then Rachel from Simply Scented Life posted a video shouting me out, which is really special. that's really nice to have my opinion considered. That's just a nice feeling. So I really appreciate that, Rachel. And then Charity Rose made a video and made a purchase to Virgil because of a video I made about his generosity. So what a nice circle. Like, she made a purchase to him because of how generous he was to me last year when he sent me a package. So I really appreciate that video and that shout out, and especially to Virgil, and what a kind spirit he is. And to Tracy from 3 Week Thesis as well for shouting me out, to Video Goulash for being super freaking supportive. And yeah, I mean, to anyone, I mean, you don't have to have shouted me out, just anyone. Everyone watching and taking my opinion and validating it and actually caring about it is really cool. We all smell things really differently. So just having people listen and talk to me and tell me their perspective is a really cool feeling. And yeah, really enjoying this community and very glad to be a part of it. And thank you for your kindness. So thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to check out Virgil's YouTube, South of Sanity, and his website, South of Sanity Candles. And I will see you guys next time. Blessed be.